Hello, everyone. How are you? It's great to see you. My name is Katie Simpson, and I am an ESL instructor here at College of the Canyons. I also work in the ISP department, and we are so happy to be here with you today. I think we're going to have a lot of fun in this webinar and, of course, practice our English. So let me share my screen with you so you can see all the fun things we are going to be doing today. We are going to be looking at some vocabulary speaking practice. We're going to be doing some listening and speaking in this series. Next week, we'll be looking at a listening article. And today, in this webinar, we will be looking at some of the vocabulary that you will hear later in the listening next week. So this is a little preview to prepare and access our prior knowledge and see what we know about these words before we actually do our listening next week. So hopefully you'll be able to learn some new words and use these words in your listening and speaking in English. So let's get started. Before we dive into our words, I wanted to give you all a little chance to warm up and practice some of your English, maybe have an opportunity to have a conversation with a friend or classmate nearby. So there's just a few introduction questions here. If you would like to maybe turn to a partner or have a small group in your classroom, or if you're at home with some friends, you can have a chat. Or if you're even on your own, you could think about the answers to these questions or even write them down. So just some introduction questions. Would you like to introduce yourself? What's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? What grade are you in? And what school do you go to? So some just basic questions that will be really helpful to introduce yourself, whether you're in your country or in the United States. So feel free to pause me right now so you can take a few minutes to answer these questions and have a little conversation. All right, well, hopefully you paused me so you had a little chance to speak and practice some English. I really hope someday I can see you all in real life or even on Zoom so that we can have these questions in person and get to know each other. But until then, I am here in spirit and I look forward to getting to know you all very soon. Let's get started with our topic now. I've got a little picture for you here to make you start activating some thinking, get you going, get you thinking about our topic. In this unit, we're going to talk about health and lifestyle. This has been a big topic in the past year, what with the pandemic, and a lot of us are focusing on our physical and mental health these days. And I thought it could be an interesting topic to bring up for you guys to share your experience with everything and to just maybe learn some new vocabulary words in the process. So to begin, look at this little picture above, this cute little healthy heart. And as we look at this little healthy heart, I'd like you to think about these questions. What do you see in the picture? What do you think it means? Do you consider yourself healthy? Why or why not? Do you think that you are a healthy person? It's okay if you're not. Don't worry. We all have things we can work on. And in your opinion, what can we do to live a happy, healthy life? What should we do? What's your advice? Or what do you do? So again, let's do a little speaking practice. If you are in a classroom, you can have this as a group discussion. You can make a small group. You can turn to a partner and have a chat. Or if you're at home on your own, you can just think about these questions and write them down. Think about these questions to start thinking about the unit and topic that we are going to be studying this webinar today and next week. So let's take a few minutes. Again, feel free to pause me to have this little discussion with your small groups. Go ahead. All right, well, hopefully you got to have a little interesting conversation. Maybe you guys shared some information about your health and lifestyle and what you do. Maybe you got some good tips of how to be healthy, I hope. Again, I wish I could hear all of your answers because I'm sure you shared some really interesting information about how we can maintain a healthy body and soul and mind. It's all important. So we're going to be continuing to think about this topic as we look at our vocabulary words. So let's look at these words related to health. These are some words that you are going to see in our listening that we are going to do in our webinar next week. So this is just to prepare you, sort of a little preview of your listening. So we're prepared with the words and we know what they mean. So when we go to do our listening, we can understand it perfectly. So let's look at these words here related to health. Some of them maybe you know, and some of them maybe you don't know. If you don't know them, don't stress, don't worry. We are here to practice them together. So I'm going to just focus on some pronunciation first. I will say the word and you repeat. We'll go through these one by one. The first one, research. Research. The next one, limits. Limits. Advertisements. Advertisements. To consume. To consume. Overweight. Overweight. Obese. Obese. To tax. To tax. To get hooked on. To get hooked on. Responsibility. Responsibility. And the final word, controversial. Controversial. Good, guys. I hope these words were not too difficult. I know some of them have some crazy pronunciation, but feel free if you would like to rewind me and say the words again or practice again. I just wanted to make sure we had the pronunciation correctly and clearly, because now I would like to look at the meanings of the words. Again, don't worry if you don't know what these words mean. We're going to look at their meanings and practice some of the context of them. So let's practice our new words and see if we know the meanings of these words. We're going to do some practice with the meanings with a little Quizlet game. I'll stop my share so that we can get our little game going here. Let me get it ready for you right here. So I'll share my screen again so you can see it over here. This is called a Quizlet, and it's like little flashcards where one side is the meaning or the definition and the other side is the actual word. So let's see if we can guess the word based on the definition you see here. So what do you think? If you do a careful search or collect information about a subject, you are doing, what are you doing? You are doing, and I can go back to our words if you would like, if this helps you. I'll put the little word bank here for you. You are doing, what do we think? Research, right? You're doing research, right? If you're doing a careful search or collecting information, you're researching something, right? Let's look at the next one. When something is at its what? It is the farthest it can go. It's the farthest it can go. What is that called? Do you remember from these words? Which one? Which word means it can't go any more than it should? What do we think? It's the word limit, right? Limit is as far as it can or should go. It shouldn't go anymore, right? So there's that word limit. What about this one? A public notice, usually on TV, in a magazine, or in a newspaper. What is that? What is that called? Look back at your words here. Which one? Something that you see on TV or the newspaper or maybe the internet. It's a And advertisement, right? I'm sure, look at, they're right here. You can see some right here online. An advertisement, they're trying to sell a product or promote something. We see them everywhere, many online, right? Let's look at the next one. When you eat or drink a lot of something, what do you do? Which word means to eat or drink or take something in? Do you know which one? And it's a verb, maybe that will help you. Yeah, let's take a look. The answer is consume. If you consume something, in the case of health, eating a lot or drinking a lot, right? If you eat or drink a lot of something, you consume it. So there's that word, consume. So hopefully we're getting some new words here, guys. Hopefully it's kind of interesting. What about this one? If a person's weight is over and above a healthy weight, he or she is what? Which word means you're over or above your healthy weight? This one might be a little easy. Kind of gave you the answer, didn't I? What do we think? The answer is overweight, right? If you're over a healthy weight, you are overweight, which, is a problem these days with a lot of people, right? We're trying to eat healthy, so we are not overweight, right? What about this one? If a person is excessively overweight, excessively means very, if they're very overweight, he or she is, which of these words means very overweight? What do we think? Yeah, the word is, it is obese. Do you know that word obese? You have overweight and then very overweight is obese, right? This is what we're trying not to be with our weight. We want to maintain a healthy weight and not be obese. Yeah. What about this one? If you put an extra charge or fee on something, you what? An extra charge or fee. It's like you put extra money on something, right? An extra cost on it. Which of these words has to do with money, honey? What do you think? Yeah. It's the word tax. To tax something, right? I'm sure you've heard of paying your taxes. It can also be a verb. If I say, I tax this product, it means it has a price, but then it has a little extra charge or an extra fee, extra money on top of the price. So there's that word, to tax something. All right. What about this one? When you like something a lot, right? When you really like something, which word means liking something a lot, being obsessed with it, maybe loving something a lot? This is a hard one. Very common expression in English. Hooked on. You are hooked on something if you like it a lot. We're looking at this word, to get hooked on. You can say to get hooked on or to be hooked on, right? In the case of our example over here, it was to be hooked on, right? So you could say, I am hooked on that if you really like it. You really like something. Oh, I'm hooked on this TV show, or I'm really hooked on this book. It means you really like it, right? So there is a good expression for you. How about this one? When you are accountable for something, or when it is your duty to do something, it's your job to do it. It is your, it's my job. I should do it. It is my responsibility, right? If it's my duty to do something, it's my job to do it. It's my responsibility. All right. And let's look at the last one here. A topic or issue with many different opinions or views. What do we think? Which of these means a topic with a lot of different views? Something where people might debate it a lot, or people have different opinions about it. It's controversial, right? There's many different views. I'm sure in your country, there are many controversial issues, just like here in the United States. There are many issues where people have different ideas about topics or issues. So those are your 10 words that we studied. Those are the meanings and the definitions. I hope that helped you out a little bit, feel free to go back and play if you want. We do have the website is here if you'd like to play that little game again, to practice the meanings. So of course, knowing the meaning of words is very important, but we also want to be able to use our words in real sentences, your real English in real life, right? So let's look at some examples. We're gonna put these words in a sentence. Let's use our words in some sentences to see if we can see the meaning. Hopefully they'll make more sense seeing them in a sentence, and hopefully it will help you be able to use these words in your real English. So I'll stop my share for just a minute while I get our little game going to practice here. And here I go again with my share. We're going to do it with a little spin the wheel. Here's our vocabulary speaking practice. We're going to spin the wheel. You will see a sentence, maybe a statement or a question, and we're going to try to fill in the blank with our vocabulary word. It's like we're going to Las Vegas, lucky jackpot. Spin the wheel. Here we go. What do we think? It says, there are many, and let me make this a little bigger for you. Is that better? There are many what issues around the world right now. That's what we were just talking about. What kind of issues around the world? Many people have different views. Yeah, different opinions. I hope you're thinking of the word controversial. Controversial, right? There's many different views. Many people have different opinions. Controversial. All right, let's go to the next one. And you can have your words in front of you. In fact, I can go back to the words too if you want. I can have the word bank right here if that will help you. All right, let's spin the wheel again. Here we go. Let's do another one. What do we think? Many kids love video games. They are, what are they? If kids love video games, they are, what do you think? I hope you're thinking of hooked on, right? Is that true? Are you hooked on video games? Do you love them? Maybe. So there is that example of to be hooked on something, right? Maybe you're hooked on video games or chocolate, who knows? So you could use that expression that way. Let's do another one. Let's spin the wheel. Here we go. All right, how about this one here? Scientists have been doing a lot of what about COVID-19? What have they been doing? A lot of, they've been finding information, they've been looking things up, doing experiments. All of that is research, right? They've been doing a lot of research about COVID-19. Yeah, so that's how you could use research there. Let's do another one here. Lucky jackpot. Who is the winner? Oh, did we already do that one? See, we love our video games. We are hooked on them. Let's do another one. Let's see if we can get a different one. Let's see. We have a question here. Do you think children what too much sugar? What do you think? Children what too much sugar? We're looking for a verb. What do we think? Do you think children? Which word? Hopefully you're thinking of the word consume, right? Consume means to take in, to eat too much, to drink too much. So we could use that word there. Do you think children do? Maybe they do consume too much, maybe a little too much. All right, let's do another one. Let's practice another word here. All right. What do we have? Oh, we did this one already, right? Our controversial issues, right? I'm sure there are many controversial issues that you have heard about. Let's see. Oh, are we going to do the same one again? They really like this question, don't they? Let's try another one. Let's have a lucky question or statement. That is not the same controversial one. What about this one, the green one? What does it say? Parents want what on how much TV their kids watch? Parents want something. What do they want? Remember that word that means not too much. It's the perfect amount. Which one? What do we need? Which means it should not go higher than this amount. We're looking at the word limits, right? Limits. Parents want limits on how much TV their kids watch, right? Do your parents think you watch too much TV? Maybe if they think you watch too much TV, maybe they want to limit the amount. Say when it gets to this many hours, we have to stop. We're at our TV limit. So that's how you could use limit in that way. All right, let's do another one. I think you've done most of them, but let's see. How about this one? What do you think of this one? It's a question. Is it the parents' what to make sure their kids are making healthy choices? The parents' what? I'm thinking of the parents' job or the parents' duty. Which of these words do you think means the parents' job? Yeah, I hope you guys are thinking of the word responsibility. Is it the parents' responsibility to make sure their kids are making healthy choices? What do you think? Is it the parents' responsibility or the kids? I don't know. Whatever you think. All right, let's do another one here before we finish up. Oh, here's our hooked on one. We are just hooked on video games. Do we love our video games? We can eliminate that one since we already did it. Here we go. Let's spin it. Let's do one more. Oh, we did this one here too already. Our research question. We can eliminate that one. We already did that one. We don't need to leave it in the jackpot. Let's see. Do we have a lucky one? I think we're just about finished with all these. Let's eliminate this one too. And let's see if we can get one more lucky one. Here we go. Again. Guys, I don't know if we are winning the jackpot right now. We are not winning much money, honey. Let's see. Will we win a jackpot? Oh, the same one, the controversial issues. I should have eliminated these already from the beginning, huh? All right, here we go. Let's see. What's the last one? How about this one? Yay, finally a jackpot. What do we think, guys? If you eat too much junk food, you might become what? What do we think? If you eat too much junk food, this has two answers you could use. I hope you're thinking of overweight and obese, right? Not too much junk food, right? We want to keep a healthy weight. So we could use those two words there, overweight or obese. Yeah. So let's eliminate that one so we know which ones we've done. Let's see some lucky ones. Let's see. What about this one? There are many what on the internet and TV that make people want to buy products. What do we think? There are many. What is the word that shows those things and it makes us want to buy them? Which word? I hope you're thinking of the word advertisements, right? Advertisements. So we look here. There's lots of advertisements, right? On TV, on the internet. And I think we just have one more here, huh? This yellow one, 50-50 chance. What do we have here? Look at this one. It says, it might be a good idea to what unhealthy foods? Maybe people won't want to buy them as much. What should we do to unhealthy foods so people won't want to buy them? What can we do? Maybe make them more expensive? Which of these words means to make something a little more expensive? Or add an extra fee. I hope you're thinking of the word to tax. Yeah, tax something. Many states in the US have taxed or added a higher price on unhealthy food to make people not want to buy it. Do you think that's a good idea? Or would that work in your country? I don't know. I don't know if it works in our country either. I think people love junk food and sometimes spend money on it, even if it's expensive. But it's an idea, right? So there's your words, guys. I hope this was a little bit helpful to practice using these words in a meaningful context, how we really use these words in real life. And as you noticed, these words are all related to health, right? A lot of the questions and statements that I put in that spinning wheel are some sentences related to the listening that we are going to do in our next webinar. So hopefully it's getting you thinking about this idea of health, healthy lifestyle, sugar, junk food, all of that good stuff that we love. So hopefully that helps. Please let me know if you have any questions about these. We can go over them more together. We did our Quizlet, we did our wheel, and now I'd like to finish up with a little discussion. We looked at the meanings of our words. We put them into sentences. Now I'd like you to practice speaking, having a discussion, actually using the words. So right here, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 questions here that include 5 of your vocabulary words. I guess 6 here. We have overweight and obese, but we have questions here that include your vocabulary words. So you can practice asking questions with the words and then answering them. So you're learning the meanings of the words because you're having to answer questions about them. So let's read them together and then I'll give you a chance to discuss these with your small group. Here's the first one. What is something that you are hooked on? What do you love? Oh, I could say I am hooked on chocolate. I love chocolate. Yeah, but share with your friends, share with your group. How about this one? Have you seen any interesting or funny advertisements online or on TV recently? Did the ad make you want to buy the product? Think about that. Maybe online is where I see a lot of interesting ads. Try to share one of those with your friends. And you can say advertisement, or many times when we're speaking, we just say ad. You can make it shorter. What about this one? What can a person do if he or she is overweight or obese? Think about some healthy habits. What can I do if I would like to lose weight? Give your partner, your small group, some tips, some advice. What about this one? What responsibilities do you have in your daily life? What do you have to do every day? I have to go to school. I have to do my homework. I have to make my bed, right? What do you have to do every day? What are you responsible for? And finally, can you think of any controversial issues in your city, country, or the world? This is a big question. So think of some ideas. This could just be in your own city, in your whole country, or maybe in the whole world. Think of some topics that maybe people have different views on, and be open-minded when you're discussing this. Share your opinions and share the issues. There's a lot of issues in the world right now where we have different ideas about. So take a few minutes, guys. You can pause me right now. I'd like you to maybe turn to a partner and discuss these, make a small group, or if you're in a classroom, you could have a class discussion. Or again, if you're on your own, you can take a few minutes and just think about these questions or write down some answers, all right? So I'll give you a few minutes. Go ahead, you can push pause so you can have some time to discuss these. Have a fun conversation with your vocabulary words. All right, guys. Well, I hope you had some time to have a fun discussion using these words and speaking about your health and your lifestyle. I hope you enjoyed it, maybe learned some new interesting activities that you can do, or you just had fun chatting and practicing your English speaking and listening. So thank you so much, guys. That wraps up our webinar today. Thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed having you here. I hope you enjoyed it and learned some new vocabulary words, and hopefully felt like you improved your listening and speaking a little bit. Again, we'll be meeting in our next webinar to do a listening article with some listening questions and discussion related to this idea of health, and using these same vocabulary words that we just learned today. So you're very prepared. So again, thank you from us here at College of the Canyons and at ISP. Here is all of our information at College of the Canyons and ISP if you want to call or email or visit us on all of our exciting social media sites. We'd love to see you there. And we hope to see you very soon in the near future, maybe even here at College of the Canyons. So have a great day or evening, everyone, and we'll see you in the next webinar. Bye-bye.